Hey there, I'm a Star Trek guy. I got another review for you. I don't know how I feel about the original series. I mean, even Gene Roddenberry said that it wasn't canon. However, I'm not exactly sure why it isn't. Like, there are things that are just kind of different from, like, say what happens in the Next Generation. Like, the discovery of the holodeck and, in the first episode of the Next Generation, it's not quite, it seems like it's new technology. But somehow I think you can explain how that's possible. Like, I don't know, maybe the one in the animated series isn't as impressive as the one in Encounter at Firepoint. It's just something to think about, it's extra Star Trek, whatever. Also, I don't know how many animated Star Trek episodes I'm going to review. I don't think I'm going to review them all because a lot of them are just bad. Like really, really, really bad. But I watched one yesterday. It was called, it was one of the first few, I think maybe even the second one. It was called Yesteryear. So basically, Spock comes back through the Guardian thing. It looks like that big rock with the hole. Is also in the episode, the original series episode called The City on the Edge of Forever. And basically they're revisiting that thing. When Spock comes back, nobody recognizes Spock except for Kirk. And in place of Spock on the Enterprise is this Andorian first officer. His name escapes me. Yeah, it does. So talking with the Guardian, they discover that Spock has to go back in time and be the cousin that helped him when he was younger. Spock says when he was younger, his cousin saved his life on the first day of whatever rite of passage that was. And Spock determines that it was himself from the future, so he needs to go back and help his younger self so he can live. See, I felt the need to say something about this episode because it does play a big role in things to come. The first big thing about this episode was the city. It was the first time you see this city, and the city was also used again in the that three-part Enterprise episodes in season 4, the Forge, Awakening, and Kishara. Yeah. Older Spock gets there, and he's dressed in Vulcan robes or whatever, and he sees his younger self being picked on by the other Vulcan children, much like in the new movie. So that's why I thought that was, kind of a big thing. It's like, some of the things they're saying weren't exact quotes, but they were kind of familiar. But it wasn't quite as impressive as this. You hear Sarek, Spock's father, and he's talking about, how his son, can't handle his emotions. And later you see a scene where Sarek and youngest Spock are talking, and he says, well, it said something along the lines of, you are fully capable of deciding your own destiny, which is pretty much, it was a quote from the new movie. It says you gotta choose either the human way or the Vulcan way. I thought, wow, I was pretty much taken from that. So pretty much older Spock posing as Selleck was able to save his younger self, but not his pet Sailot. He got poisoned by some other dangerous animal on the Forge, and he ended up dying from the poison, which didn't happen before. So Spock was kind of worried about that. But when he emerged again from the Guardian, he everything was pretty much fine. I thought it was an alright episode considering it was the animated series, and I like that the new movie kind of really took from it. I thought that was maybe that was just kind of the movie's way of winking the animated series, just kind of tipping their hat to him a little bit. But that's just my take on this episode. I thought it was really, really, really good considering it was an animated series. So I'm going to give this episode, I think it'll give it about a 7.5 out of 10 stars. Think that'd be good? Well, hey, I'm definitely interested in knowing what you guys think about this, or if you've seen the animated series, or any comments you have at all. So just, leave the comment below, and I'll read those, and I'll most likely respond to them, because I have nothing better to do. So definitely, let me know. Alright, well, thank you for watching. Stay tuned, I'm going to have a lot more reviews. See ya.